The crisis at our border is reaching astronomical levels. It's hard to really grasp the entirety of what's happening at our southern border. I just went down to New Mexico, Arizona, and Texas to visit and to see firsthand the things that were happening there at our border. And what I witnessed was simply treasonous. I'd like to just focus on one aspect, just the financial aspect. Let's just put to the side the national security aspect here and look at the financial aspect, how much it's costing us and how much it would save us. In 2018, Donald Trump said that it's costing us $200 billion to not secure the border, basically in the overrun of healthcare and the cost to this nation, to you and me, $200 billion. And that was at a time when there was 500,000 illegals coming over the border every year. Right now, there's over 3 million illegal UDAs, undocumented aliens, that are coming across the border. That number has risen by a conservative estimate of the Republicans in Congress that did a study of over $450 billion per year. That's a cost to you and me. Now, how do we pay that? They are trying to overwhelm our system, and they are overwhelming healthcare, law enforcement, education, and housing. And that doesn't even count the newly discovered $5,000 starter packs that are given to every UDA that comes into this country. So they're given a plane ticket, a UDA, transportation, and housing. So what do we get to? 1, 2, 3, 4, round up again, 5. Again, I'm at the same number at $500 million, but that's per year. Yeah. So $500 million per year would a professional consultant to the government that understands the tactical and strategic implications and needs and can put it in a financial model in an overall proposal that's done government work, done this work before. So we've got somebody saying that $500 million per year would secure the border. We were looking specifically at the cost of securing the border in Arizona. So there's a cost to complete the border, and then there's a cost to gain operational control of the border. Now that cost in Arizona was $500 million, $500 million. Now we just need to do some simple math and extrapolate that to the entire length of the border, and we get to where we're talking about a $2.64 billion operational cost per year. So that's $2.64 billion for the per year for the entire southern border to maintain operational control and to take operational control back from the cartels. You're going to hear that more resources are needed, and that's true. More resources are needed, but not nearly the amount of resources. It's the policies and the treasonous policies that are the problem. We're inviting more and more people in, and then all of a sudden politicians are saying we need more resources. Well, we need more resources because we're inviting people in. What we need to do is put the wall together and have operational control of the wall to deter people from coming. That will eliminate an incredible amount of the needs and the resources and the illegal immigration that's coming, because we're just simply inviting it, and everybody knows that all the people who are coming into the country, they already know that here's a starter pack, here's the process, here's where you'll end up. They've already got the deal worked out, and they're getting a free pass to invade our country. We need to provide some additional troops on the ground and additional border patrol vehicles to protect and guard smaller areas. And right now there is basically one border patrol, sometimes covering over 100 miles. With additional security teams, with additional technology, we can heavily mitigate the drug and human trafficking entering this country. And when I say heavily, I mean heavily, like way lower than even the numbers that you saw earlier with Donald Trump, way lower. I would anticipate less than 200,000 UDAs coming into this country simply by enacting this plan with this technology, process, and people. Part of the technology is geo-tracking, camera detection, automation with drones, and UVTs, underground vibration technology. We can use this in order to create forward operating bases in a coordinated effort with the right level of technology. And I can't share all that technology with you because this is proprietary information, but I looked at it and I assure you that this is coming from a technology background. I assure you that this is strong, viable, and don't let any politician tell you otherwise. So we can cover it from above the wall, above the ground, underneath the ground, and on the ground. Complete coverage of the entire southern border for $6 billion to complete the wall and $2.64 billion per year to take back operational control. We've gone through a lot of information here. We've eliminated the national security aspect, which is, in my opinion, the most important aspect to protect the citizens of the United States. We're just looking at the financial aspect here. Now, we laid out that there's over $450 billion that we are spending by not securing the border. By completing the wall with $6 billion and spending $2.64 billion at the southern border, we can save well over $400 billion. Now these numbers are so big, it's like, oh, what does that even matter anymore? Let me break it down into individual terms. For every tax-paying household, that means you will save $4,000 per year. That's in an election cycle, that's $16,000 per tax-paying household that can be saved just by simply securing our border with the existing technology and resources that we already have, that we're spending in Ukraine, that we're spending in other places. $4,000 per year. So please understand when you vote how important this is. This is $4,000 in your pocket on this one issue alone. We need to get rid of all of the uniparty, entrenched, established politicians who are getting paid through this treasonous breach of the contract with We the People. I'm Eddie Spear, and I'm looking forward to representing We the People, finally, in Washington, D.C. in 2024.